In this week's video, we're going to talk about the often debated topic of where do you accumulate your assets as an Australian expatriate. What we often recommend is people should accumulate assets in the country they intend to return to or retire to. Now, the reason we say this is because currency risk is one of the biggest risk factors you have as an Australian expatriate offshore. Let me explain why. As we saw last year, the Swiss National Bank decided to depeg the Swiss franc from the euro, and what that actually caused was the Swiss franc appreciated by 40% within 18 minutes. Now, where this is a risk for Aussie expats is just imagine that was you coming back to Australia and instead of the currency appreciating, it depreciated and you decided to leave your transfers until the last moment. What we often recommend clients do is take advantage of what's called dollar cost averaging. Now, the way dollar cost averaging works is that you make set payments at set intervals through your time frame of being overseas. Sometimes you'll get a good exchange rate and sometimes you won't. But on average, it will work out to be a fair and equitable exchange rate. With investment banks and merchant banks around the world trying to spend millions of dollars and throw massive computing powers at these types of issues, what hope do you have to determine what the currency is going to be in the next 5 or 10 years? Currency markets are so volatile, we don't even know what they're doing next week, let alone next month, or in the next 2 years or 5 years or 10 years. By moving your money over time, what you're doing is you're not trying to game the market and you're not trying to beat the market. You're just taking advantage of a great phenomenon that has been shown time and time again to give you a good average price, whether you're trading in currency or equities. You often find that by dollar cost averaging, you'll smooth out the volatility and get a decent exchange rate. Quite often we have the debate with clients about holding assets overseas because they think the currency is going to go down or the currency is going to go up. Now, we often say to clients, try not to get involved in the process of being an FX trader. That's a full-time job in itself. By setting a date and time to consistently transfer your funds, you're taking emotion out of the equation. And by taking emotion out of the equation, you're not going to be swayed by the press or the volatility at the time. By accumulating assets in the country you intend to return or retire to, what it does do is that when it is time to come home, the money's there waiting for you. You're not worrying about what the market is at the time. We've seen time and time again expats delay their return back to Australia because the currency didn't suit them. If you transferred funds over a space of 2, 5, 10 or even 20 years, you've actually gone back to a nest egg that is there and the price hasn't changed because it's still in Australian dollars. By having the funds sitting there in Australian dollars, your purchasing power is exactly the same. Thanks for following the video this week. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to tweet us at #AskAtlasWealth or also leave your comments in the field below and we'll ensure we respond to those in future weeks ahead. Take care and have a great day.